The U.S. investigative journalist Robert Perry has made an astonishing claim, and one that has gone completely unnoticed. He is reporting that the Russian government has warned Erdogan that Russia is prepared to defend its Syrian strike force from Turkish invasion or attacks. Perry's exact words are as follows, quote, "A source close to Russian President Vladimir Putin told me that the Russians have warned Turkish President Recep Tayyip that Moscow is prepared to use tactical nuclear weapons if necessary to save their troops in the face of a Turkish-Saudi invasion. Since Turkey is a member of NATO, any such conflict could quickly escalate into a full-scale nuclear confrontation," unquote. However, Perry is a journalist of the highest reliability and integrity, so there can be no doubt he actually has been told this by a real source. Now, of course, it is possible the source is making the whole story up, or he could be not as close to Putin as Perry believes he is. However, on February 11th, 2016, the Russian Security Council held a meeting to the public, and on that same day, the Russian military reported to Putin about a series of military exercises arranged at short notice, which looked likely they were intended to prepare the Russian military for a rapid response against a short notice attack from Turkey. If a warning really was given, it might have been given either on that day or possibly on the day after, to coincide with the military exercises that were directed toward Turkey. The meeting of the Security Council would in that case have been convened to discuss and authorize it. Now, the fact Obama telephoned Putin a day later on the February 14th might also be connected to the warning, if it was really given. Now, both the Turks and Russians would surely have informed the U.S. of such a warning. It would be entirely understandable in that case that the U.S. President, Obama, would want to discuss it with the Russian president. In fact, it would be astonishing if he did not want to talk about it at all with the Russian president. Now, Turkey and Saudi Arabia have both signaled they are considering a ground invasion of Syria in order to aid refugees in a so-called moderate rebels fighting against the Assad regime. Last week, Turkish officials called for a safe zone to be established within Syria to allow refugees to flee Russia's advance, although the United States argued that such a corridor could not be set up without a no-fly zone. Now, Saudi Arabia is currently conducting the biggest war games the region has seen for a quarter of a century. Northern Thunder involves 150,000 troops, which were initially reported to be 350,000 troops from 20 countries, and is viewed by some as a precursor to a possible invasion of Syria. Now, earlier this month, Saudi Foreign Minister Adel Jaber told CNN that President Bashar Assad will have to be removed by force if the political process fails. Now, as usual, the mainstream American media is not reporting one word about what's going on in the Middle East. And again, we will keep our eyes on this situation and update you as it changes. Thank you for watching.